Hey guys, I've got a fun video for you today. I have done one of these videos a long time ago. It's definitely in my old apartment and probably like a couple years ago. Anyway, these are products that I would really love to see some of my favorite brands create. I just feel like it's something that's either missing from their line. I actually have some brands where I would like to kind of have them like resurrect a few things. Anyway, we'll get into it. So I don't know what I'm going to title this, but probably something like I demand that these products be made, because I don't understand why they're missing from their line. So we're actually going to start with one that I mentioned in the first video where I did this. And that is from Tom Ford. I don't understand why this doesn't exist, and I demand that they create this, and that is loose powder. Why doesn't Tom Ford have loose powder? They have powder that's like pressed in a beautiful compact. It looks just like their eyeshadow compact. It is quite lovely. I mean, they have bronzers, everything, but they don't have loose powder. And I am really a big, big fan of loose powder. I know it is not the most practical thing. I know you can't really just throw loose powder into your bag and, powder your nose later on in the evening. I just feel like loose powder has such a lovely finish to it. Of course, loose powders that I get along with. And I feel like Tom Ford would be able to do how about like a shade and illuminate kind of loose powder where it's just a huge range of shades. I just really think they could do it well. I think it would be very successful. I don't think I'm the only one that's wondering why they don't have loose powder. And, Tom Ford's packaging is always so beautiful. Like just a nice big kind of tub with that like mahogany brown glossy cap on top. For the Soleil collections, we have like a white glossy cap on top with the TF. Maybe the loose powder has a little bit more of a glow to it. I mean, come on, Tom Ford, get with it. All right, so Tom Ford, loose powder. Okay, the next thing on my list is something I feel like is missing from Pat McGrath's line. I actually feel like there's a lot of things missing from her line, but the next thing I would love to see from her is a cream blush. I really like her powder blushes. Some of the shades are really, really beautiful. I love everything about it, the packaging and everything. They're not my all-time favorite blush. I feel like they could be a little bit smoother and a little bit finer for that. But otherwise, I really like them. I think that they're very, very nice blushes. But I really enjoy her highlight sticks, her cream highlights. And I feel like if she did that in a blush form or even in a pan, similar looking to her regular blushes, I think those would be really lovely. They're going to be really, really highly pigmented. You wouldn't need much product to get the impact that you want. And with the cream product, she'd be able to make them a little bit iridescent. I feel like she could have a lot of fun with it where if you try and make a powder blush multi-chromatic and all those things, it can be really, really intense. But I feel like with the cream product, you can get a little bit funky and it's just it's more sheer on the cheeks. And I don't know, I find that easier to wear, at least for me. So I just love her highlighter sticks so much. And if she just did a blush version of those, I just think they would be so awesome. Can you imagine, her highlighter sticks were dual-ended. So, she's coming out with these blush duos that are powder. Can you imagine those as a cream blush duo? I think that would be so pretty. It would be so, so much fun. So I don't know if she's got those on the horizon, but I just think that they would be incredible. And she'd be able to make them a little bit funky, but still easy to wear. So anyway, that is the product that I demand from Pat McGrath. Okay, Pat, if you're listening, I'm just saying, I think it would be a huge hit. Okay, Westman Atelier. Now you guys know I love Westman Atelier. I love the line. I love everything she puts out. Fantastic. I think she should come out with, I actually have a couple of suggestions and I'm sure she's working on it. But Gucci, if you're listening, I'm being so obnoxious. You guys know I'm kidding. I think she should come out with skincare. So that's just one whole thing, which I'm sure she's probably in the works to do because she's really into skincare and her makeup products have, skincare benefits in there. But in terms of makeup, I think it would be really great because I love, as you guys know, I love a one and done eyeshadow. She has her iPods, which I really, really love. But they come in threes. They're just sort of starting to sell them individually, which I think is great. But because her line is just a very kind of easy on the go, she has so many sticks in her collection, like her highlight sticks, her contour stick, her blush sticks. She has so many sticks. I feel like if she could create an eyeshadow stick, that would be really, really great. Just something that's like very similar in shape to all of her other products, but maybe just a little bit longer, a little bit thinner. And that's it. And just something that's just like a one and done for the eyes, I think would be really, really wonderful. Like I said, I love her iPods. They're great for on the go as well, but I feel like there's something really handy about an eyeshadow stick where you just draw it on and quickly blend it out and you're done. So I just feel like that would fit really well into her line. And I feel like anyone who's just not into like the little pot packaging would really enjoy like an eyeshadow stick. So that is the product I demand from Westman Atelier. All right, next up, I have two products that are sort of like, well, let me get into it. So Chantecaille. Chantecaille comes out with so many beautiful limited edition highlighters. They're gorgeous. I love them. They're usually a baked formula, some sort of like gel powder formulation, which is just so incredible. It looks so beautiful on the skin. There's this beautiful veil that it leaves behind. They're just incredible. But they're all limited edition. And then as part of their regular line, they have the Cheek Gelée highlighters, which are gorgeous, but they are like a gel, an actual like gel cream, if you will. I want them to come out with just a straight up pressed powder highlight, like a whole range of shades as part of their regular line. I understand like the baked formula, whatever, those are very special. They tweak the shades a little bit with every kind of a special collection. I get that. But I feel like they should have some sort of powder as part of their regular line. As much as I like the Cheek Gelée version, the Liquid Lumiere, I think they're called, it would just be really nice to see what Chantecaille would come out with in terms of just like a pressed powder highlight. Something really, really subtle and elegant that left behind like a really kind of like soft satin kind of finish. Because the baked gelée ones, those are like a pretty high shine. Not that I mind, but it would be nice to see what they would do in terms of like an everyday kind of highlight. And then I'm envisioning like a few different shades for like a whole range of skin tones and like different like reflex shades. So the lighter one would be kind of like cool and maybe like a little bit of like a kind of like a light pink, maybe like a light iridescent color. The mid-tone could have like a light like champagne. Nothing like earth-shattering or anything like that, but just like how would Chantecaille do that? That is what I think would be really, really great to see. And I think that's what would make it so successful, because they would be able to do like a really elegant, like soft highlight, which would just be so perfect. So that is my demand from Chantecaille. All right, and from Dior, I was a little bit surprised because I feel like this season has been the season of cream bronzer. I feel like every brand has come out with a cream bronzer. I think just most recently, like LYS has like a stick. Makeup by Mario just come out with one. NARS has just like re-released their Laguna bronzer and extended the shade range. Like everyone has come out with a cream bronzer. Chanel has just extended their shade range for their famous cream bronzer. Of course, I'm like not remembering all of them now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Dior does not have a cream bronzer. Aren't you surprised? I'm very surprised. And I feel like they would come out with a really lovely cream bronzer. They also don't have cream blushes, which I think would be good too. But I think like a cream bronzer from them would be really interesting. And, you know, I have a bunch of their powder bronzers. And they're lovely. They're really lovely. But I would love to see what they would do in terms of a cream bronzer. Would it be in a compact? Would it be in stick form? Would it be more of like a squeezy tube, like more of like a liquid? Would it have a doe foot? Like, I just think that would be really interesting. I would really love to see that from them. So cream bronzer and also cream blush. Same thing. How would it come? What form would it come in? Right? They don't have cream blushes. Maybe they've had these sticks, which I think they're limited edition. These are like the glow sticks. Yeah, this one is Coral Glow. This one is very, very pale. It barely shows up on my cheeks. It's a little bit more of like a lip balm for me, but I think they've come out with more shades of this, and I think it is meant for like your cheeks and your lips. But I think they're limited edition. I think that they would do well with, incorporating more cream products into their line. So Dior, if you're listening, that's my suggestion. Okay, now this is a strange kind of request slash demand slash suggestion for Charlotte Tilbury. She has everything. I was looking at her site and I was like, oh, well, okay, she's got that, she's got that, she's got that. But one thing I wish she would redo are her cream matte shadows. Those matte Eyes to Mesmerize shadows that came in the little pot. Maybe this came out earlier this year. What month are we in? Yeah, maybe earlier this year. I thought that they were really terrible. They were kind of just like dry and sticky. The texture of them in the pot felt very like Play-Doh-y. There wasn't any kind of, it needed a little bit more, at least for me, it needed a little bit more emollients so that I could spread them out, I could blend them. But they were just kind of patchy. They just didn't work well. I didn't really like them. So I think if anyone could just go in there and really tweak it and work it out and like just make it better and just come out with like a part deux, that would be Charlotte Tilbury. I think she could come out with some amazing, amazing matte cream shadows. I think they just need to be tweaked. They need to be tweaked a little bit because that first release I think was not good. So that's my demand from Charlotte Tilbury. All right, and from Victoria Beckham. I think I speak for all of us. Why are there no base products? There's no concealer, there's no foundation. I think she would come out with a wonderful like tinted moisturizer. Her Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer is really beautiful. I love that golden, as you guys know. I love that golden tinted one. I think she can just extend that a little bit further and create tinted moisturizer, just something that, kind of helps us out, helps us even our skin out, or even a concealer, just like a lightweight, because she has a very glam aesthetic, but it is very minimal. Like she doesn't use a ton of products on her face. So I get that. I kind of understand why she doesn't have any base products, but wow, I would really, really love just like a Victoria Beckham version of a base product or concealer. I think that would be really awesome. Like if anyone could knock it out of the park, I feel like she could. So that is my demand from Victoria Beckham. And then this one I feel like makes total sense. So Clé de Peau, as you guys know, I love their eyeshadows. I love their cream blushes. Their eyeshadows are incredible. Their powder, I've got some of the quads. I have a duo. They're so soft, so soft, velvety. They blend beautifully. The colors are gorgeous. And then their cream blushes are just gorgeous. There's 4 of them. Gorgeous. They apply beautifully. They blend out wonderfully. Like all the things. Why are there no cream eyeshadows? I just want like the marriage of the two, because I feel like if anyone could come out with beautiful potted cream eyeshadows, it would be Clé de Peau. Now, I know that they've done it before. They look like the cream blushes, but they've been limited edition. I think, wait, was it eyeshadow? Yeah, one was like a brown kind of shade, but like long gone, and I haven't seen a limited edition version of their cream eyeshadows since then. I think this was maybe a couple years ago. As part of their line, I just feel like they should just have some potted eyeshadows or even in a clicky pen, just something, some sort of cream liquid eyeshadow. I just feel like they, of all companies, would really, really do a cream shadow justice just because they've nailed that cream blush formula down, and their powder eyeshadows are so gorgeous. Like I feel like it just makes sense. So that is my request for Clé de Peau. Okay, and last but not least, I have 2 candle requests for 2 separate companies. So Guerlain is known for their meteorites. They're the powder pearls, gorgeous finishing powder, buff it in, love it, absolutely love it. Love all the limited edition ones they come out with. The packaging is great. The scent, however, I love. It is a violet fragrance. I don't understand. Why is there no Meteorites candle? Why is there should be, first of all, there should be a meteorites everything. Let's just create like a whole meteorites everything. Blush, eyeshadow, lipstick, meteorites everything. I love the scent. I love the kind of like pearlescent, pearly theme that the meteorites has. But I feel like a pearl-shaped kind of vessel for a meteorites scented candle, is that not just, like, why does that not exist? I don't understand. Or does it exist and I just can't get it here in America? Is that what's going on? Because I feel like this is such an obvious thing to make. Everyone loves the meteorites fragrance. Or I should say, anyone who loves it. Like, they are just enamored with it. And I don't understand why there's no meteorites candle. I need that in a candle. The other candle I need, or even perfume, would be from Sisley. They have a whole line that incorporates saffron flowers in it. So they have like a cream, which I love. They have the velvet sleeping mask, which I love. They have this velvet nourishing body cream, which I love. The scent of this, it's so light, fresh, lightly floral. It's so beautiful that I want this as a perfume. I want it in a candle, whatever else they can incorporate this fragrance in, I am down for. So those are my last two demands from companies that I love. Will you please let me know down below in the comment section if there's like products that you would like to see some of your favorite brands create. So if any of these companies are watching, you're welcome. I think these products would do really, really well. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.